Hi everyone, my name is Zoe with True Crime Stories, Real Crime, Real People, and Real Horror. This episode is going to be an interesting one. Fog drifts through narrow cobblestone streets. The gas lamps flicker, and in the heart of Whitechapel, fear walks among the poor. A man never caught, never named, carved his legend in blood. They called him Jack the Ripper. It began in late August. The East End was a maze of alleys, brothels, and desperate souls, a place forgotten by polite society. On August 31st, the body of Mary Ann Nichols was found in Bucks Row. Her throat slit, her abdomen mutilated. Police called a tragedy. Locals whispered it was only the beginning. Just a week later, Annie Chapman met the same fate. Her killer worked with precision, like a butcher who knew anatomy. The newspapers screamed for answers, and soon the killer began writing back. Letters arrived at Scotland Yard, taunting, signed with a name that would terrify generations. Dear boss, I keep on hearing the police have caught me. I am down on whores, and I shan't quit ripping them till I do get buckled. He signed it, Jack the Ripper. The city went mad. Citizens patrolled the streets. Press printed every rumor, and still the bodies kept coming. September 30th, the double event. 2 women murdered within an hour. Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Adaus. Stride's body was found near a Barner Street, her throat cut, but no mutilation. Adaus found in Mitre Square. Wasn't so lucky. Her face and body were mutilated with savage precision. And near the crime scene, police found a message scrawled in chalk. The Jews are the main men that will not be blamed for nothing. Then came Mary Jane Kelly. November 9th, 1888. She was found inside her tiny room in Miller's Court. What the detectives saw was beyond anything they imagined. The Ripper hadn't just killed her, he had taken his time, every inch of that room. Told a story of hatred, of madness, of control, and then it stopped. Just like that. No more letters, no more bodies. Jack the Ripper vanished. Over 100 suspects have been named, from doctors to royals, even artists, but no one knows who he truly was. Some say he died, others that he fled. Maybe he was someone no one would ever suspect. A man who walked those foggy streets every night, invisible in plain sight. What remains are the echoes, the 5 known victims, the fear that rippled the city, and the mystery that refuses to die. Jack the Ripper became more than a man. He became a legend written in blood. When the killing stopped in November 1888, London breathed again. But peace was only an illusion, because though the Ripper vanished, the fear he left behind became something darker, a story that would never die. Reporters hunted for headlines, detectives chased ghosts, and every man in Whitechapel looked at his neighbor with suspicion. No one knew who Jack Ripper really was, but everyone had a theory. From the very beginning, the police suspected the killer had medical knowledge. The precision of the wounds, the removal of the organs, it all pointed to someone who knew the human body. Dr. Thomas Cream, a convicted poisoner, was one of the earliest suspects, but he was in prison during the murders. Then there was Montague John Jewett, a braster found dead just weeks after the final killing. Some said his suicide was a confession in silence. Others pointed fingers at artists, surgeons, and even members of the royal family. But for all the theories, the truth stayed buried, lost in the fog of Whitechapel. Scotland Yard was desperate. They questioned hundreds, gathered statements, and even brought in bloodhounds to track the scent. But East End was narrow streets, crowded lodging homes, and witnesses too afraid to speak. Inspector Frederick Aberlin, the man leading the hunt, believed the killer was local, someone who blended in. He walked those same streets, talked to those same women, and then when the moment came, he struck, silent, quick, and vanishing into the night. What a story of the one man that no one ever knew who he was and hid himself from all these murders. Thanks for listening to True Crime Stories. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious. Have a good night.